Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hope you're doing well. So, in Mufti Menk's book here, Motivational Moments, Part 1, there's a quote here that I wanted to share with you. Worrying about the future won't change your destiny. Just live. Have a heart full of trust that the Almighty only wants the best for you. So, worrying. I had a cousin. She's still alive, so I shouldn't say have. I have a cousin who she was a worrywart to the point where it became very nauseating to be around her because she would bring down the mood. Everything was a big deal. Just her nervous system was like a chihuahua that had been in a pet shelter or something. Just really terrible. And she worried a lot. Now, the nuance of don't be heedless versus don't be a worrywart is, there's a line. But, for example, this makes me think about how when ICE was targeting communities in California and they snatched up citizens and MAGA, Republican Christians, a lot of white supremacist Christian nationalists, were like, it's okay because they can racially profile because there's so many illegals of the Latino community that, well, we're going to just allow any Latino to be captured, and we now support show your papers culture in America for the greater good. And you're like, wow, okay, that's crazy. Terrible, terrible. Mr. Don't Tread on Me party is now treading on people because of their racism. To their fellow Christians, by the way, because many Latinos are Christians, but I digress. The point is that there was a lot of worry in people. Will my child be snatched up going to school? Will they raid so-and-so's work site? What will happen if he's taken or she is taken? And when you look at the reports about what's happening to women in some of these detention centers, they're being R-worded. And children are being harmed. It's not pretty. And it's getting tighter and tighter security because they don't want us to see what they're doing to those people. And the alligator Alcatraz that they opened up, there was reports of flooding. It's very unsanitary. It's a terrible place. Okay, how these Christians are treating their fellow Christians is very alarming. Okay, so that worryingness could cripple a lot of people. I was worried greatly. I love the Latino community. SubhanAllah, Mexico is America's greatest ally, and we have so much history with Mexico. Parts of America used to belong to Mexico, and I just love that culture. I really do. And it was heartbreaking to see the destruction that the Republican Christians of MAGA put upon them in the name of secular standards. You need to have a border, I get it. You need to have things done the right way. But, subhanAllah, there was definitely some transgressions and oppressions that occurred. So, when Mufti Menk writes here, just live, it's true that you have to just keep going. Go to work, go to your commute, go to school. You have to find joy amid the oppression, amid the hatred, the laughing and jesting, and we voted for this, round them up, that the Christians were saying, the white Christians were saying about the Latino people. It's really intense because you get inflamed, like, why are you treating people like this? Stop. But it's difficult. And when it says here, have a heart full of trust. So trusting in the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this reminds me of Moses' mother. She had to have that trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when she put Musa, may Allah be pleased with him, into the Nile. And, hoping everything goes well, the crocodiles, hippopotamuses, everything else. She had to have that faith. And, there are times in our lives where that's all we have. It's sort of like we are on this canoe in life. You're going through the abyss and you're all alone. You have to pray no whale comes and knocks over your boat. No naughty orca looking at you side eye, knocking over your boat. No Jaws, great white shark, wanna have a little snacky snack. You gotta hope and pray no storms coming. The sea, the ocean, subhanAllah. Vast, wet abode that we travel through and have to do our best. So when a calamity is happening around us, we can have that worriness and caution strategically and awareness, but we can't let it cripple us. And when it's not affecting you, it's easy to not worry about it. The tricky part comes when it's there in your face and you're like, oh, ooh, you feel the fear setting in. Your heart is pounding in your chest. Your knees have that adrenaline shake. Your breathing gets on and off. It's hard. It's wild. I remember when they tested my son for bilirubin again, and they said his levels are too high, you have to go back to the hospital. And we had to drive there, and the drive there was just like, I almost like when I first got the call for the test results, I was so happy to be home from the hospital. I had a fresh outlook. And then when I got that call, the bad news, I was like, hey, I gotta pack a hospital bag. Okay, what do I need? What do I need? Okay, I need toothpaste, like, because you have to stay overnight, or however long it's gonna take. Pajamas, socks, phone charger, ID. It was intense. It was like my brain shut off for a second. The worrying set in. And then when I was in the hospital with my son, they come around and do labs at their different hours, right? And it was just like surviving till each lab test. And you're like, oh, okay, the next lab test will be in this amount of time. And then I would catch myself clock watching, not wanting to sleep, almost unable to sleep because of the worry. And I didn't even sometimes want to look out the window. SubhanAllah, that has a nice view, but I would look outside, see the cars moving, and I get anxious, like, and I have to like look at something still, or like just like breathe, and it was so difficult because of the worrying. And being able to regulate worry in a healthy way is important. Not to where you worry about nothing, but to where you let it touch your heels to motivate you but not consume you. Pep in your step from the knives of anxiety, the needles of fear, but you don't let yourself get death by 1,000 cuts of worry. I hope that makes sense. Let me know what you think. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and join the blog.